Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio and welcome to another prayer for peace. We are here together to pray, to read a message, to reflect. We are here, friends, to raise our vibrations. How important it is for all of us to stop. Hopefully, we do this many times throughout the day, but if not, at least once when we are here together, we stop whatever we are doing, we read a message, we raise our vibrations, and the mentors, the guides that are with us, they use these moments as true healings for our soul. So, friends, today we are here reading a message from the book Our Daily Bread, psychographed by our dear Chico Xavier by the Spirit Emmanuel. The message that we are reading it's number 97. It's titled Keep the Model. Emmanuel starts by quoting Paul in 2 to the Timothy's 1:13. Hold to the standard of sound teaching. Emmanuel then explains to all of us spread the resources that Providence has entrusted into your industrious hands. But do not forget that a comforting word to the afflicted represents an effort straight from your heart in the sowing of the good. Bread for the body is an act of charity for which you'll be rightly compensated, but a friendly smile is a blessing that will last forever. Send messengers to offer fraternal assistance, but do not overlook visiting ailing brothers and sisters now and then to listen to them in person. A group effort to provide assistance is a gesture that will win appreciation for you, but your direct assistance in helping the needy will prepare you spiritually to face your own battles. Mount the dice and teach the path of redemption to all, but take a break from your lecturing every now and then in order to listen to the sorrows of a fellow companion in the human experience, even if they are the offspring of despair or ignorance, so that you do not lose your sense of proportion as you progress. Cultivate the flowers in the private garden of your dearest relationships, because, apart from the flower bed of experience, it is very difficult to attend to the noble and intensive tilling of the soil. However, do not regularly flee the human forest, afraid of the vermin and monsters that live in it, for it is crucial that you prepare yourself to advance later on in its midst. In the circles of life, do not forget the need for the teaching to be engraved within you, just as you cannot get your individual nourishment through someone else or learn a lesson by storing it in someone else's memory. You will not be able to present yourself to the supreme powers of wisdom and love by way of accomplishments and victories that you do not lift or achieved yourself. Thus, hold to the standard of sound teaching. Friends, what a message, right? From Emmanuel. It's not by chance, friends, that Emmanuel titled this message, Keep the Model. Well, let us first remember who is our guide and ultimate model. Well, we have him right here, right, friends? Right behind me, Master Jesus. He is our guide, and model. But Master Jesus, he taught us, yes, through the teachings, but through the way he conducted himself. He was and is still right now a coherent master. Yes, that is because not only he talked about the good news, he talked about God's laws, but he lived it throughout all the teachings, all the lessons, all the books that we have that talk about Jesus. We know that he taught us even more without words because of his actions. And that is exactly what Emmanuel is bringing to us today. He's reminding us that, yes, learning, studying is important, doing things externally, right? He mentions going out, helping someone, but he's saying the most important thing is that within ourselves, as he says here, these teachings are engraved. Because what is it worth if we are there talking about it? We might be doing these things mechanically, but the teachings are not engraved within ourselves. That, friends, it is what the mentors in the Spiritual Society of Virginia always remind us. That is lack of coherence because we are saying something, but within ourselves, we are feeling something different. We are doing something here, but then over here, we're trying to do, as we learn in the gospel, to serve God or mammon. So, Emmanuel is bringing us the reminder for us to learn with Jesus, to be coherent, to truly feel it and have it engraved within ourselves. And then our words, our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, all of them, they will be coherent. We're not going to be doing something, but thinking something else, right? What is it worth if we go out to help someone that's in need? And when we get to their homes or whenever they are, if we're taking them food, we are quickly to judge and think, oh, yeah, that's why they are in this situation. And then we might not say anything, but deep inside ourselves, in our thoughts, in our feelings, we are there, quote unquote, helping, but we're not there wholehearted. We are not there truly giving of ourselves. We still friends in our society, very animalistic. We're very easy to judge others. And Emmanuel is reminding us today of this importance of being coherent in our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and our actions. Because he says that we cannot get this nourishment through ourselves, through someone else, or if we are learning and that knowledge is in someone else's mind, it needs to be within us. We know these teachings truly nourish ourselves, right? As we say at Kardec Radio, we are here to nourish our souls. But are we truly, friends, letting Kardec, yes, Emilio, Kardec Radio, are we truly let these teachings penetrate within ourselves, truly touch ourselves, or not? He also gives us another important reminder. He says that, yes, we have to cultivate the flowers in the private garden of our dear relationships. Isn't that true, friends? It's very easy to stay within the circle of those who we think alike, where we get along, where we have affinity, right? That is easy. But he says, apart from cultivating those, we need to regularly go to the human forest. And he says, do not be afraid of the vermin and the monsters that live in it. For it is crucial that you prepare yourself to advance later in its midst. Friends, Master Jesus is our guiding model. And that is exactly what he did. Master Jesus could have stayed within the circle of those that accepted him, that understood him. He could have kept all the teachings, all the help to the 12 disciples and not worry about other people. Why would he, right? He knew he would be persecuted. He knew there were people at the time that would not accept him. But that didn't stop him. He didn't impose, he shared. He shared for those that independently, right? Where they were, what they have done. We have stories and stories of Master Jesus helping those that at the time society will cast aside. But he was there. He never imposed, he never obliged anyone, but he helped. And that's what Emmanuel is reminding us. We cannot just stay within that circle of those who understand, who accept us, those that we have affinity. He's saying, do not be afraid. Go to the forest. There will be monsters, there will be vermins, but we need to learn, yes, to be in the world, to have this contact with people. It doesn't mean that we will be off the world, that we will then do what society says is quote unquote acceptable. We have our own true compass, which is God's laws, but we are not afraid to reach out, to help, to extend a helping hand. And then he says, in the circles of life, do not forget the need for the teaching to be engraved within you. Friends, tonight is a reminder for all of us that it's not enough. It's important that we read all these books, that we study, but if we don't truly apply it to ourselves, change within ourselves, we will not get to the kingdom of God, to the happiness, will not progress because it will all be externally. He says, bring it to your heart. So that's why when we read these messages, it's easy for us to think about this person or that person, but let us bring to us. Difficulties happen in our lives. It's easy for us to blame others, but are we taking responsibility? Are we thinking, well, what is my account on this? Or what I have to learn from this situation? Because we know they're not victims. So he's saying, when we study, let us truly think how we can apply this for ourselves. Yes, we cannot change others, but one thing is for certain, friends. We can definitely and for sure change our feelings, our thoughts, our actions. So that is within our power, and all we need is our will. If there is a will, there is a way, as they say, right? So let us then, friends, stay strong and being coherent. That is the message of tonight. Let us be coherent and let us keep the model, thinking about Master Jesus as our most loved guide and model. With that, friends, let us then pray together because that is why we're here, so we can pray with one another. Dear Master Jesus, we are so grateful for your presence in our lives. You, Master, governor of our planet, you design this blessed planet for all of us. And you, so loving and so kind, that you decided to to incarnate among us ourselves, to teach us beyond words, but with your actions, with your body language. You show us how to be true coherent and how it is important that we not only do things externally, but we change within ourselves. Dear Master, you know how hard it is because it's so easy to see the challenges and shortcomings of others, but not acknowledge our own. Please help us, Master Jesus, apply these teachings within ourselves, strengthen ourselves, and learn to be true coherent with you. We pray, Master, that your shower of blessings can touch the hearts of all those connected in the circle of prayer at this moment, that each of their homes can be penetrated with your love, enveloping those in both realms, rescuing those who need help, and inviting those who have still not opened their hearts to your love to join in the task force, the march towards their own happiness. Please forgive, Master, those that because of their ignorance, for not knowing yet, they still work to deter the progress of your love on earth. Dear Master, they truly don't know what they're doing, but we know we are all destined to progress, and they will also progress. Because we know, dear Master Jesus, it's just a matter of time until everyone in all corners of our planet accept you as our guide and model. Dear Master, we visualize your light expanding, involving not only our homes, but our neighbors, our communities, touching the hearts of those who are in hospitals, nursing homes, refugee camps, prisons of all sorts, especially those who are prisoners within themselves, not opening their hearts to your love. We also pray, Master, that you can guide each of our lives so that we can learn with you today and always, and visualizing our whole planet enveloped in your love and feeling your presence by our side. We ask your permission to close these prayerful moments of tonight, and so be it. Thank you, dear friends. We see here Slavik, Herminio, Luciana, so many others that we cannot see. Friends, receive our embrace. We hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful evening, whenever you are. And we will see you here tomorrow at 6 p.m. for another prayer for peace. And in the meantime, stay connected with us because here at Kardec Radio, we're always nourishing our souls. Bye, friends.